All right, how you doing? It is the radio guy, the Dr. Mike Prince. Hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We're ready to get this last 2 weeks of football underway. Reminding you that we come to you each and every day, Monday through Friday, rain, sleet, snow, or shine. The Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook handles are at the Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network, and of course, our website is obnradio.com. And without any further delay, we will jump right into today's episode. I want to thank you guys very, very much for your support and congratulations throughout this past weekend. Celebrated my 27th wedding anniversary. Thank you guys very much. Getting older, but better. How's that? Speaking of getting better, Prairie View will get a chance to flex their muscles this week as they'll take on the Alabama State Hornets. Chance to try to right some wrongs with these final 2 games of the season. But before we jump real deep off into the football scene of things, basketball tipped off this past weekend, and want to give congratulations to Coach Sandy Pugh in her debut against Jarvis Christian. Victorious 117-32. Lady Panthers could do no wrong against Jarvis Christian. Other games that tipped off on that Friday saw Grambling State victorious over McNeese by the score of 75-51. Other scores of interest throughout the world of the Southwestern Athletic Conference when it comes to women's basketball. Of course, we talked about the Friday night results. Saturday night, Jackson State Lady Tigers fell to UT Arlington by the score of 99-63. The Lady Braves fell short to UTEP by the score of 77-51. Sunday's action saw Mississippi Valley fall victim to TCU by the score of 96-47. And Southern Miss was victorious over Grambling by the score of 68-47. Texas Southern over Paul Quinn by the score of 83-54. And Kentucky over Southern by the score of 91-41. Today, Mississippi Valley will be taking on SMU. That tip-off will start at 7 p.m. this evening. On the men's side of the hardwood, we want to congratulate Coach Byron Smith for a good start to the season, being victorious over Santa Clara out on the West Coast on Friday by the score of 81-54. Grambling State had no problem with Jarvis Christian College, victorious 105-68. Texas Tech 84, Mississippi Valley 52. Alcorn victorious over Blue Mountain by the score of 79-58. Saturday action from the world of SWAC on the hardwood. St. Bonaventure 67, Jackson State 36. University of Houston 101, Alabama A&M 54. Baylor rebounding after their loss to Texas Southern over Southern by the score of 80-53. Colorado State victorious over Arkansas Pine Bluff 92-67. Alabama State had no problem with LaGrange, winning by the score of 97-63. Monday night action will have Texas Southern taking on Iowa State. That tip-off will begin at 7 p.m. Alabama A&M will hit the hardwood against the Rice Owls. Tip-off time at 7 p.m. And the Prairie View A&M University Panthers will take on the Baylor Bears. That time also at 7 p.m. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Reach more potential customers through our sports radio package by dialing 832-213-8824.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Listen to The Mike Prince Show, weekdays on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show as we continue on with our Monday Madness show. And the reason I'm calling it Monday Madness, we're covering basketball that just got started. Now we're getting into this exciting close of the football season in both the MEAC and the SWAC. We'll first look over into the MEAC results from this past Saturday. Morgan State was victorious over Delaware State by the score of 9-0. Howard was officially eliminated this past week, losing to Norfolk State by the score of 29-17. North Carolina A&T victorious by the score of 28-12 over Savannah State. South Carolina beats Florida A&M by the score of 44-21. And of course, the Thursday night action saw Bethune-Cookman victorious over North Carolina Central by the score of 28-25 in double overtime. Now, with the Howard loss, they were officially eliminated, compounded with FAMU's inability to close out last week because their loss to South Carolina really was like a non-conference game. They had to fill that void created by Hampton with them vacating the MEAC. So the stage is all set for this weekend between Bethune-Cookman and FAMU. Winner takes all in regards of the MEAC. Now, lurking on the outside looking in is North Carolina A&T. They could find a way to get in if FAMU happens to stumble. So the bottom line is this. FAMU takes care of business. They'll represent the MEAC in this year's edition of the Celebration Bowl due in a few weeks. So it's gotten hot and heavy in the world of the MEAC. It has also gotten heavy in the world of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. We'll first give you the results before we explain everything that could be. Grambling victorious over Alabama A&M in another one of those non-conference conference games by the score of 29-16. Hampton over Mississippi Valley by the score of 54-39. Jackson State continues to stay hot as they put the clamps on Alabama State by the score of 20-2. And the Southern Jags continue to roll, victorious over the Pine Bluff Golden Lions 56-24. So once again, it is getting down to the nitty-gritty this week, starting with Jackson State taking on Alcorn. Believe it or not, if Jackson State can find a way to beat Alcorn, they would represent the East in the SWAC championship game. Go figure that. Just a couple of weeks ago, they were counting Jackson State as dead in the water. Ashley Robertson pulls the trigger on Coach Hughes, promotes Coach Hendricks, and he has the Jackson State Tigers on fire. So if Jackson State can hold off Alcorn, you're looking at a new representation, at least from the east side, for the SWAC championship. Now on the west, don't look now, but Grambling is in the rear view mirror of Southern University and catching ground. They'll have a bye week this week as they'll prepare for the Southern Jags in the Bayou Classic held in the Big Easy on November 24th. This is going to be epic. So there's so much going on in a short time to figure things out. So it's boiling down to Jackson State and Alcorn from the east and Southern and Grambling from the west. Will it be Jackson taking on Southern at Mumford Stadium, or will it be Alcorn hosting Grambling from the reservation? Or would it be Grambling hosting Jackson State from G Nation? Or could it be Alcorn hosting Southern from the reservation? A lot of football to be unfolded, and we'll be right here to help you get it done. We're going to take another quick pause for the calls, and we'll come right back with some comments from your comments from last week. You're listening to the Mike Prince Show right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We'll be right back.
This is Coach Glenn White, head coach of the bowling team, just calling to give an update on the results from the Jackson State tournament this past weekend. We finished third place overall in the tournament. LA Tech won first, Jackson State was second. We also finished with two young ladies on all-tournament, one on first team all-tournament, which was freshman Sonia Ortiz. She actually not only finished on first place all-tournament, but was the tournament MVP, finishing with an average of 215 for her individual games. Jada Davis, Jr., finished with an average of 194 and finished on the second team all-tournament. and freshman Asia Wynn finished with an average of 194. We did pretty well for the overall tournament. On the bracket, we lost to TSU on the last day today, losing to them 4-1 in 4/7 Baker. Next match, we defeated Southern University 4-1, then came back and had to play TSU again and won that match 4-2 to put us in third place. So overall, we had a pretty good tournament, considering the competition and the youth of the team, youngness of the team, with 6 freshmen, 1 junior, 1 sophomore, 1 senior. So I think we're doing well. We're continuing to improve, getting ready to take a break for this semester and start back in the spring with a heavier schedule. So I think the break comes at a good time. Just proud of the team and how they performed throughout this weekend. Thank you.
And welcome back. Time truly does fly when you're having fun. As I stated before the break, we were going to respond to a couple of comments that was left behind on last week's show in regards to the uniforms for the band with the Dr. Tim Zachary interview, and also comments that were left by listener Lonnie Davis. KW says, thank you so much for the clarity on the band uniforms, much needed. Very welcome, Brother KW, and continue to listen to the show. Also have some comments. This one is coming from BG. BG says, Mr. Davis is giving praise to the coaches that Dr. McClellan hired that brought the championships, while Mr. Washington was the AD the first time. What he doesn't say is those same coaches were the ones that also brought the APR problems under the watch of Mr. Washington. He also wants to say that Mr. Washington didn't have the athletic training to run that department. But that can also be said of McClellan when he took over the AD position. Tell Mr. Davis, if he wants to tell the story, tell the complete story and not what he wants to be heard. Thank you very, very much, Brother BG, for your invoking thoughts, comments, and explanation. Now, I love the fact that you guys call in, leave your comments and opinions. That's part of what makes this show unique. That's part of why you keep listening, because you never know what's going to be said, how it's going to be said, but you do know it's going to be supported, at least from this end, with some facts. Now, Mr. Davis has left himself open for discussion with anyone who agrees to disagree with him, and I'll extend that invitation yet again. If you guys would love to dialogue, feel free, and I would mediate it if need be. I do not want to get back and forth of the he said, she said. Let you guys square it up, say what needs to be said, and we can let the rest take care of itself. So please let me know if you guys would be interested in to continue on this dialogue. We could do it privately, or we can do it for the show. That is entirely up to you guys. Whenever we're talking about leadership challenges, issues, or concerns, I think it's healthy that we air the things out that need to be aired out. Let's not pretend that there are no challenges on one side or the other, because it's all about getting better. So if we want to get better, let's make this happen. Of course, the voice message line is 713-570-6736. We also have another comment from the Lonnie Davis message that was left on the Friday show, and it comes from EP. And EP says this: the alumni should have a voice But man, we can't have all the voices. The students should have an input as well. It sounds like he, being Lonnie Davis, wants the alumni to control everything. Truthfully, I'm glad we have a fellow Panther as AD now, and not some hotshot young guy that's going to leave us for the first pretty lady, i.e. school, that passes by. Let's face it, in 2018, the uniforms and the colors are a huge recruiting tool. And I'm not 100% sure, but Washington wasn't the one that changed the colors of the uniforms. I believe Robertson and Coach Simmons had something to do with that. As for moving away from A&M system, I would like to see us stand on our own 2 feet, but not so sure we can. But it would be nice, laughing out loud. From my understanding, Prairie View conducted a nationwide search for the next AD, and no one fit the bill. So give him a shot, and let's see if he learned from his mistakes made the first time around. Last but not least, the band uniforms needs a makeover, but I love the clean look of the navy blue, which I believe is the reason they went with that blue. The purple band uniforms Alcorn has looks old-fashioned and soulful. Thank you very much, Brother EP, for your thoughts and sharing with us here at the Mike Prince Show. Said the purple looks old-fashioned and soulful. Well, you don't necessarily have to have purple. You could get a mustard gold, old gold look, white even. I know white would be hard to keep clean. I don't know what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. It's supposed to be a new look launching for the November 24th game against Texas Southern. That is the desired date of release if everything comes in on time. Now, when you say the uniforms, you're partly correct on the uniform of being designed. The uniforms were switched over to the Adidas apparel. This season was the debut of the Adidas wear. When Dooley did come on board, he was at liberty to help design the uniforms. That was going to be under the watch of Simmons, but with him leaving the FAMU, it left it between athletic director Ashley Robertson and Coach Dooley. So Robertson actually had to sign off on the uniforms that Dooley designed. But the old folks used to say, well, don't come out in the wash, we'll come out in the rinse, and we'll get all that hashed out here real soon. I appreciate you guys' input. I appreciate the fact that you guys are listening. I appreciate that you guys are as highly intellectual as you are that listen to this show. And I don't take it for granted. Want to encourage you to continue to listen, to continue to leave your feedback, and also to continue to talk about it. The 24-hour message line is 713-570-6736. The social media platforms for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter is at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network, and the website is obnradio.com. I have overextended my time for today, so I must exit stage left. I want to thank you guys so much for your joining with us. We'll continue to talk about football, basketball, and everything else on the horizon in the world of HBCU and beyond. I am the radio guy, the Dr. Mike Prince, and until the next time, you guys be blessed and we'll see you on the other side.